and welcome to Hobbit and 5, Episode 5. I'm Rebecca Platt. H5 is a web series with a new episode each Friday that wraps up the week's key Hobbit production news courtesy of thewondering.net, all within 5 minutes time. So without any further delay, the clock is ticking, let's get right to it. The Dwarves and Bilbo make their first press appearance since arriving in New Zealand a month ago. Thanks to our good friends at Weta Workshop, we have a downloadable MP3 of the entire Hobbit press conference, as well as the full TV3 coverage available here at thewondering.net. The whole thing was very entertaining and definitely worth checking out. The press conference opened with an apology from Peter Jackson, who said he couldn't be there since he was under a form of medical house arrest since being hospitalized with a perforated ulcer. Continuing, he said, "And to be honest, perhaps it's just as well. These guys make me laugh so hard that I'd be in danger of popping a stitch or something." Many fans have been wondering whether 13 dwarves would become a generic mass in the film, or whether they would be fleshed out in the script to have individual personalities. Dwarf actors William Kirshner and Peter Hamilton spoke on that. "We are 13 distinct and strong personalities, but we are an ensemble as well." Veteran actor Sir Christopher Lee has received a Bafta Fellowship at the Academy's Film Awards. The teary event ended with a standing ovation for the distinguished thespian, who is famous for his roles as Dracula, Saruman in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes, The Wicker Man, and The Man with the Golden Gun. He accepted the Bafta Fellowship from director Tim Burton, who described the 88-year-old as an electrifying screen presence. The top of Mount Nahu Rahu played a leading role in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, featured as a smoldering Mount Doom. Now, only 5 weeks out from the scheduled start of filming for the Hobbit prequel, local Maori are set to put their foot down and refuse permission for the Oscar-winning director to use the central North Island mountains again. The iwi consider them sacred. In The Hobbit, Bilbo Baggins and his entourage journey through the misty mountains on their way to confront the dragon Smaug at the Lonely Mountain. We will keep you up to date as the story progresses. Next up in our character studies is Bofur. Bofur, his brother Bombur, and his cousin Bofur are the only dwarves in Thorin's company who are not long-bearded dwarves of the House of Durin. And although their house is unknown, they are descendants from the dwarves ruled by Durin and Moria, otherwise known as Khazad-dûm. At Bag End, Bofur plays a pivotal role celebrating and playing great music. On the adventure, Bofur remains with Bombur to watch the ponies when the party moves up to a narrow ledge on the Lonely Mountain. When Smaug leaves the mountain, they are pulled up on ropes and make it safely into the tunnel. During the Fellowship of the Ring, Gloin reports that Bofur is still living with Dain in the Lonely Mountain. One of the most outspoken of the dwarves at the recent press conference, James Nesbitt, will play the role of Bofur. James is one of my favorite actors, and I cannot wait to see his performance of Bofur in the film. Nesbitt, who is from Northern Ireland, originally wanted to become a teacher like his father, but later dropped out of the University of Ulster upon deciding to become an actor, at which time he transferred to the Central School of Speech and Drama in London. After graduating in 1987, he spent 7 years performing in a number of popular plays. He made his feature film debut playing talent agent Fintan O'Donnell in Hear My Song. Later, Nesbitt got his breakthrough television role playing Adam Williams in the romantic comedy Cold Feet, which won him a slew of British awards. His first significant film role came when he appeared as Pig Farmer Pig Finn in Waking Ned Devine. With the rest of the starring cast, Nesbitt was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award. James went on to star in the dual role of Tom Jackman in Mr. Hyde and Stephen Moffat's Jekyll, which earned him a Golden Globe Award nomination in 2008. Nesbitt is married to former actress Sonia Forbes Adam, with whom he has 2 daughters. And in our first baddie character study, we take a look at Bog. Bog was the son and successor of the Moria orc chieftain Azog. Azog killed Thorin's grandfather, Thor, in Moria and was himself killed there by Thorin's cousin, Dain. When the great goblin of the northern Misty Mountains was killed by Gandalf, Bog secretly gathered an army of wargs, bats, and goblins, including wolf riders. Traveling east from Mount Gundabad through the Grey Mountains, they attacked Erebor from the north and launched the Battle of 5 Armies. In that conflict between goblins, wargs, men, elves, and dwarves, Bog was constantly surrounded by bodyguards, goblins of huge size with steel curved swords. When the battle drew down into the valley by Dale, Thorin Oakenshield and his small company charged from Erebor, pressing through the goblin ranks before being encircled by the enemy. Bolg's bodyguard struck down Thorin and killed his nephews as they defended his body before the unexpected arrival of Bjorn in an enraged gigantic bear form. After carrying Thorin from the battle, Bjorn returned, scattered the bodyguards, and crushed Bolg to death. Wow, that's going to be cool to see on the big screen. That's it for this installment of Hobbit in 5. I'm Rebecca Platt, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned next week as we will be releasing some secret photos taken of the Hobbit sets that are now being built and finalized. Until then. Things that once you start, you just can't stop because you just have to finish it. But it's done. It's over. Like, there are no more. But see, Carrie Ells is in it. Elways or whatever. Love him. Love him. Love him. Oh my God! Oh my God!